Welcome back to Sunless Sea. We are done here mostly. Let's launch. I like this area. I like that there are little stars in the sea. Are they in the sea or are they reflecting from the sky or the lack of a sky? Questions. Questions that we'll probably never get answers to in Sunless Sea. Now what's this? The Chapel of Lights. This should be interesting. Let's talk. Chapel of Lights, do you hear music? Furtive, faithful gather in the shadows between the many, many candles. A bell tolls in the chapel tower. Cracked iron laughter. Beware, the aisle is full of voices. Ooh. Okay, let's gather intelligence first. Port report always first. What occurs here between the darkness and the lights? A smiling priest in a red cassock tends the chapel. The congregation are shut of light. They come and go in little ships and it's strangely difficult to count them. Perhaps some of them are imaginary. Still, you note the name of a ship or two. Okay, let's see. I could attend a service at the chapel, or I could eat of the chapel's bounty. Okay, there's something very important in this island. It's actually the most sinister island I feel in the game. Okay, let's attend a service at the chapel. The great bell tolls, the few and ragged faithful gather for Saint Arthur's lesson. Bring your offerings. I need 5 supplies? What? I can't do that. But it's a 100% chance of success. But 5 supplies is a lot. What about if I eat the chapel's bounty? A smiling priest unlocks the door of the storehouse for you. Here, he says. Eat, but take nothing away with you. I have 30 hunger. Okay. Maybe we should try? We should try for the story that isn't it? Or else only the port report? Let's go. Rich and red. They have shark steaks plucked from the sea. Thin slices of caven tuna, translucent and delicate as paper. Little crimson cakes flavored with cinnamon and coated with poppy seeds. Tomatoes, impossibly ripe and sweet so far from the surface. Gorge yourself. Leave with the juices dripping from your chin. That does sound very delicious, but rich and red. Everything here is red color. Okay, I think that's all we could do today on the Chapel of Lights. Let's continue seeing what's here, then we'll go down. Goodbye, the Chapel of Lights. It does look very pretty with the lights scattered around. Into the black, quiet sea we go. Okay. Anything nearby? There are some little islands here. Okay, what's this? Irem. Oh, there it is. Strange pulse of warmth from the air behind the ice. This is the pillared sea, where Irem will lies. Has always lain. Okay, maybe I should watch where I'm going instead of reading this here. Okay, this is a very pretty place. Alright! He needs something here. Wait, not him, the Genial Magician. Oh. Irem, none have ever spoken truthfully of this place. Irem, the pillared city. Oh, there's lots of pillars here. She will rise from the sea and ice like dawn. She'll be garlanded with red and decked with gold. The seventh serpent will watch you longingly from its high pedestal. You will always arrive as a stranger, but when you leave, some part of you will always remain. Okay. I cannot... Okay, I need 1 sack of dark drop coffee beans to unlock this. Oh, well, I guess the people here love coffees. It's like... This is like the entry fee for Irem. Okay, I have to keep that in mind next time. So the only thing I can do is compile a port report. You record what you will have seen. A conundrum. When you will sit down to write the report, you will recall that it was written already. Who wrote it? The report records that it was already written when it was found. Who found it? The report describes another report, which will indicate the name of the finder. Where is the other report? There is a footnote which describes when you will record its location. Where will that be? When all is well, and all manner of things is well. Okay. Irem is a mysterious place indeed. There are stuff here. I can sell sack of dark drop coffee beans for 1 bale of parabola linen here. Ooh, what's this? A phantasmal encounter. A study of a clearing and trees that do not grow in the neath of a sea captain smashing the image of a painted serpent. The sea captain's crew look on calmly. A forked tongue is visible in one's open mouth. The painting is tinted everywhere with viric, the greenish color of shallow sleep, which cannot be seen on the surface of the world. You are the sea captain in the painting. You are also the painter. I can sell it for 2 secrets. I have no idea what this is. Okay, there's a lot of things I could buy here. Empty mirror catch box. But so expensive! I will cost 3 secrets. Secrets are very, very precious. Very precious. They got parabola linen here, but also using items. I want to buy with echoes, please. Echoes. Captivating treasure sells for 50 fuel. Nah. Fuel is okay here. Strange catch. Oh, they have strange catch here. Supplies are expensive here. Dread surmise. Ah, I can trade stories here. Interesting. Searing enigma. This is interesting. This is very interesting and very important. Mysteries are fire. Truth burns. Can buy with 3 extraordinary implications. Okay. Do I have enough fuel to get back to London? I think I have. But let's stay on the safe side and buy 2 fuel. Okay. And then this should be the end of Irem for now. We'll go south and find the next island. Okay, we're in a little bit of a dangerous territory right now. Discover Neighbor's Reef. A lot of the endgame stuff, not like really endgame, but mid, I guess it's still considered mid game, is in this area and in this whole area here. We're gonna come down and find the next island, and then we'll go west. Anything nearby? Ooh, is there something nearby? No island within the seabed's range. There's music. Ewan's Way. Okay, let's check again. There seems to be something here. Estival. Oh, there it is, there it is. Estival. I like Estival, Leslie's Harbor. Look at how bright it is. So bright. Okay. Sun! Sun! A great beam of sunlight bathes the island. Squint into the dazzle. Far above, there's a hole in the roof. In that light, you see beaches of white gold sand. Trees heavy with bright fruits. Ooh, these? The reds and blues and greens of the surface are so pretty. Okay, we can compile a port report. Write fast, the light scars. A burning after image. Your eyes water, the pages blur. The report is one of joy-filled complaints. Estival has a beauty too bright to be appreciated, but perhaps the Admiralty can find something of use. Okay, port report. I have plenty of supplies, I don't need more. I could go beach combing. Or investigate the ruins. There was some sort of installation here and what looks like a handsome country house. Who was here and what happened to them? Investigate then. A red bird singing. A garden overgrown with berry bushes. A wooden trestle table set for a meal. Chairs strewn with bones. A half-dozen skeletons. Oh no. A red-breasted bird perches on a grinning cranium. It cocks an eye at you and bursts into song, a liquid, trilling sound. It seems unperturbed as you approach to poke through the bones. No signs of violence, no fire, no bullets, no bites. These people died peacefully, sitting down to breakfast as the surface sunlight spilled over them. Sunlight can kill at any time. The longer you remain here, the more danger you're in. So why did they stay? Perhaps they stayed because Estival is as beautiful as anywhere in the Neath, and 10 times as generous. It's a fine place for a colony. You could found your own pocket of kingdom if you could do something about the sun. But what? What has power over sunlight? What makes the impossible possible? To found a colony, bring something to Estival that can protect against sunlight. Like sun lotion? I doubt there are sun lotions here. Gain 1 memory of distant shores. I guess it is distant enough. As I mentioned at the beginning of the game, when choosing the ambitions, one of the ambitions is that you could start a colony of your own on an uninhabited island, which is this. There's no one on this island right now because the island is filled with sunlight. And people in the Sunless Sea, in the Undersea, cannot take sunlight. Sunlight kills us eventually. Perhaps because we've been living in the darkness for so long that we cannot take sunlight anymore. At least that's my theory of it. So the sun kills. We can go gather supplies or go beach combing. How full is my hole right now? Only have 5. Let's go beach combing. If you're lucky, you might pick up treasures. More likely, you'll pick up bits of food and occasional interesting arthropod. Okay. Ooh. Take a stroll along the beach. Perhaps the Z has brought you something. Ooh. Driftwood? A smooth, dark surface. Something glinting. Just bottle glass? A nasty glob of goo. It lies on the shingle like a discarded heart. The remnants of a shipwreck. What's washed up here? Okay, I can pick one. A driftwood of smooth, dark surface. This sounds interesting. A wooden horse. It was a child's toy once. Someone inscribed their name on it and a string of numbers. Ciphers? I got 40 fragment. Oh, fragments is the EXP. Okay, my bad. So fragments is the EXP. Pages is another stat. Okay. Like I have to fix my mistake from before. Pages is a stat by itself. Esoteric and occasionally practical knowledge. Increase the speed at which you convert fragments to secrets. Yes. So I gain fragments and I convert it to secrets if I got higher pages. Okay. What else can I do here? Yep. I don't have the unlock when I don't have the something awaits you anymore. Okay. We shall leave. Wait, we shall leave. Okay, now we shall leave and go straight here and then go down to Orleans and Holland, London. And hopefully not die. Okay, we found a stable. Nice. It's one of the nicest islands in Sunless Sea. I guess because there's no one on it except the sun. Well, sometimes you just need to be away from people and weird humans. It's the only way we'll be safe sometimes. Okay, what's this? McMaster's Haven. Oh, this place. This is a very interesting island, but what am I detecting that's trying to kill me? Okay, let's just talk. We ignore whatever that was trying to attack us. This place is called Nuncio. Do not return, sender. Okay. Taciturn functionaries walk the docks in the uniforms of postmen. An enormous crown statue casts a chilling shadow. The shadow gleams with rat's eyes. Their ceaseless chittering rolls like the tide. Okay, this place is very, very interesting. But first, we shall assemble a port report. You may not be very familiar with the locals yet, but you can provide a preliminary overview. Surface details. There's a statue in the middle of the island that's hard to miss. There's the way everyone wears a uniform and the way they call each other by their ranks in the postal service. There's the way the port authorities refer to regulations. There's a jargon, the curious habit of referring to any used-up thing as cancelled, as though the whole world were made of stamps. You write about vestigial bureaucracy and about trappings of order retained far from home. Okay. You can go to the Postman's Tavern. The Inky Blotter, it's called. The sign doesn't look like much. Warmer inside than it looks. Faces turn in your direction, but no one seems surprised to have a new arrival on the island. Ooh. Lit by two roaring fires, one at either end of the room, the bartender is in postman's uniform. Like almost all the patrons, a noseless postal inspector called Blunt Thomas delivers the drinks, clears tables, stacks the firewood. Okay. There's a few things we can do here. Allow the clattery air to offer her services. She could remove the call from a postal worker. They will be a worker anymore, of course. That's interesting. Oh, so everyone here is a postal worker because they are like, their fate is tied to it somehow? That is interesting. Listen in on postal tall tales. Fishermen brag about fish that got away. Postmen brag about hard deliveries. Okay, we'll go try this. Amazing what you get for a penny stamp. Delicate bottles lowered down chimneys on a rope. Do not fall under any circumstances. Letters curled through a narrow slot. Rattling, groaning crates brought back to the same address every day for 22 days running. The windows they pried open, the servants they bribed. The delivery subcharges they paid out of their own salaries just to get rid of one more packet. It is hard to tell which they hate more, the senders of mail or the recipients. Stands to reason if the message was a welcome one, they tell the other fellow in person, reflects the hairless postwoman. What other stories you could hear? Ask why the local currency consists of rats. That's interesting. 2 strings of rats for a pint of ale. 3 strings for wine. 5 for the tolerable brandy under the bar. Scarcity is not an issue. The hairless postwoman at the end of the bar smiles mirthlessly. Or maybe it's just the lack of eyebrows that does it. Long enough carrying the things around, you get into the habit, she says. Carrying strings of rats? Then she tells you that if you stay out late enough, you see some of the postmen making a procession to the center of the island, stringing up rats around the statue like Yuletide decorations in prayer to an ancient deity of this place. From the coughing and choking elsewhere in the pub, you guess it's a story they often tell to newcomers. That doesn't explain about the rats. Why rats is a currency here. That doesn't explain it at all. Ask why the hairless postwoman is hairless. Okay, legacy or some interestingly explosive package, maybe? Fox pass, no, she says. Curt, not please, you ask. Still had eyebrows when I came to Nuncio. Then? The postman at the next bench directs you, speaks in a low voice. Lots of people find habits where they can't deliver the post anymore. This one has a plucking habit. Best learn not to notice. You glance up. The hairless postwoman is still glaring at you. Whoops. I lost her cultivating of friendships. Okay. I need to cultivate friendships here. Okay. Ask about that big statue in the center of the island. If there were a guidebook for visitors, it would have to be the first entry. The monumental postman. Oh, that. It's all of us, isn't it? Saw the spirit of the island. Most of them don't seem troubled for more than an explanation than that. Though the hairless postwoman tells you it didn't always look like a fallen London postman at all. They used to have a different face and a more old-fashioned outfit. I've gained a friendship. Okay. Let's try the clattery air thing. Okay. Excuse me. The hairless postwoman won't hear of it, but you do get one taker. I miss London, he says. I'm tired. The inside of my mouth tastes like stamp glue. That is not a good taste. Blunt Thomas gives you a bottle of rum and the use of the basement. No amenities, but I don't fancy cleaning the blood off a better floor. The patient takes off his uniform for the last time and lies on the cold floor. No spectators, says the clattery air harshly, and puts you out of the room. She comes out later with a scrape of skin from the patient's chest. The patient follows, whistling a tune from Mahogany Hall. What? So it's like... What? A scrap of skin from the patient's chest. So I have to skin their chest to rid them of their call of being trapped on this island? You know, I have one clattery souvenir. One clattery treatment Nuncio. That's bizarre. That's very, very bizarre. But don't ask questions in Sunless Sea. Just don't, I guess. Okay, we'll go back to the tavern and we'll try to get to be friends with them. Okay. Wait, let's not do ask why the hairless postman is hairless. Okay, we listen to postal tall tales. It's the same one every time. Gain friendship. Okay, then I do this again. Gain another friendship accepted by locals. Okay. Ask to borrow a uniform. A new option. Ooh. Okay, I can do this to ask how they occupy themselves all day. There must be more than this. Dead letter office. Big building, center of town. Hard to miss. You can work there too if you want. It's not clear whether this is a generous offer or a threat. Ooh. Okay, I'm invited to serve the dead letter office. Okay. Ask to borrow a uniform. If you're to fit in here, you'll need one. Look but not touch. They're polite, even apologetic about your request. You're welcome here, and welcome to take shifts at the dead letter office, but you cannot wear the uniform unless you were a postal employee back in fallen London. Regulations interesting. Blunt Thomas Tail lets you have a look at his uniform jacket at least. Neat stitching, gilded buttons, a thin but dignified circle of braid at the collar. Inside, a patch that goes over the heart, stitched with 6 red letters. You can't read it, but it makes your eye itch and your scalp feel like burning. What? Is that the thing that the Clattery Air scrap cut from that other guy? It's over their heart? Ooh, that sounds unpleasant. Okay. Is this all I could do? Look but not touch. Why do I go back to the docks? Try a shift at the dead letter office, okay? Or can explore along the beach. Let's explore along the beach. There's a long stretch of shale dotted with washed up kegs and barrels and smaller flotsam. Shifty going. The rocks slip and slither underfoot, but you keep your balance. Ooh. Nuncio Beach. Every lap of the wave drags up some new letter or parcel. The face of the water is dotted with them, as far as you can see in this blackness, carried by a powerful current. So, how exactly do they mail out stuff? I guess if I work a shift at the dead letter office out, I should know, right? Collect material for the dead letter office. That's where all this flotsam belongs to, so it can be sorted. I can argue with the man holding a broom, or assist the man holding a broom. Or rescue a parcel that won't stop meowing. Rescue a parcel that won't stop meowing. Extraordinary. There aren't even any air holes. Okay, but let's do this one. Ow! The parcel's contents are not at all pleased to make your acquaintance. A yellow glare, a flash of claws, a distinctive odor, and the horrible animal is out of sight. You like to believe it will come to regret mauling you, but alas, it's likely to regard its rat-infested island as a paradise. Your left cheek will never be quite the same. I got scratched by the cat. I gave 5 terror. Okay. We can assist the man holding a broom. Both of you together still won't achieve anything, but maybe he'll feel better. Oh, argue with the man holding a broom. He is determined. He keeps shoving letters into the sea. The sea keeps shoving them back. Of course they do. Also, is this place... all the lost mail come to this place? Is that why it's called the dead letter office? Is this why it's called the dead letter office? Okay, assist the man holding a broom. We'll try. Surprisingly soothing. In the long term, what you are doing won't make the slightest bit of difference. Every sodden bit of paper you fling out to sea will come back in a few hours. But for now, you manage to clear a little patch of shore. A few feet on each side, the stones are bare as they should be. Your companion turns his head towards the sound of your work and gives you a little nod. Nice. Your Nuncio learn in postal secrets quality is now 1. Aware of flotsam and jetsam. Interesting. Okay. So there is another quality here called learn in postal secrets. Okay, lost 5 terror. Nice, nice. It feels nice, you know. It feels nice here. Okay. I can study the odd currents here. The water that brings flotsam ashore does not follow the usual patterns. Interesting. As a Z captain, this is something that I should know, right? I succeeded, yes. On all sides, you make a complete circle of the island. The whole shoreline is alike, all of it covered in debris, all of it washing steadily inland from every direction. Not the work of some directional current. It's more as though the whole under Z were draining into Nuncio. Interesting. Except, of course, that force did not affect your ship. When you came this way, it does not stop ships leaving. Evidently, it works only on the post. See how interesting this place is. What I find is this is one of the most interesting islands in Sunless Sea for me. Because it's not something that is super horrific or something that's like very like what the fuck inducing. It's something very, it's a simple concept being about the postal service, right? Being twisted into in a weird way that is strange and intriguing. If you know what I mean. It's just so amazing the way they come up with the concepts for these islands. Makes me wonder if one of the guys that created this island, if he works for the postal office. Perhaps. Okay, let's collect material for the dead letter office, sure. Will of its own. You make your way along the shore with a big sack. Many of the envelopes are too damp to read. The addresses permanently lost, but a surprising number are still legible. There are also parcels. Here and there is a crate, a message in a wine bottle, a sealed cask that has bobbed up out of a shipwreck. Your sack ought to be heavy with all these contents, but it pulls upwards and away, straining inland towards the dead letter office like an unmanageable dog. Nuncio learned in postal secrets quality is now too familiar with the pool. You now have 1 dead post. Undeliverable envelopes. Let's go to the try a shift at the dead letter office. There is a sign of a cancelled stamp over the door. Let's go. Extensive tour. Blunt Thomas takes you around the office, a small collection room where those retrieving letters may state their business. A much larger set of back officers. When newly arrived letters and parcels are collected and sorted. A dank, briny smell that never goes away, presumably because so many of the parcels spent time in the water before they arrived here. Makes sense. In the back room is a machine man, ratted by a postal rat, a ratter's Faber in a pinstripe hat. It shovels sludge damp letters into the machine's hopper, and they come out dry, clean, pressed, and sorted into slots by size and quality of paper. Interesting. Nuncio worker in dead letters quality is now 2, working shifts. Ooh, that's a ratter's Faber. Shift work in the dead letter office. One has various possible occupations here. None could be described as fast-paced. Sounds like a postal office. Feed your undeliverable letters into the sorting machine. The gleaming hopper awaits. You can shove the dead post we got in there. 52 categories. After prolonged worrying, the machine begins to distribute 7 invitations etched in gilt into the correspondence of the aristocracy slots. 2 oversized parcels probably containing books into the books tray. 1 stamped bronze tablet and that drops with a clang into a bin marked First City. The postal rat watches all this with an air of satisfaction. Okay. I am now an experienced shift worker. Nice. Okay. Oh, I cannot do this. Let's make a study of what goes on in the background. I need something awaits you. Ask the postal rat for a key to the basements. You have worked here long enough now, and you might need one. No trouble at all. He's surprised by the request. Most postmen don't like it down there. No one ever asks for a key. But he'll cut you a new one. Just be careful in there and come out if you start to feel wrong. Why would I feel wrong? I'm now authorized for back room access. Do I want to go there? I feel like... Okay, let's go in there once. I feel like if we go into the back rooms... Oh... Let's try. Oh... Deeper and deeper. You had expected a few shelves of supplies? More files of letters a few years older? No, it is a pit. So deep that lantern light does not show the bottom. A spiral walkway descends along its wall, and that spiral opens wider as it goes, as if you were looking through the narrow end of a very large shell. Lining this wall are shelves and nooks, unevenly sized. Some are a few inches square and contain single scrolls of papyrus. Others support crates bigger than coffins. They are made of a woody fungus, grown to meet requirements. There are no marks of carpentry or any of the postal rat's handiwork. 3 turns down the spiral and you feel you can't breathe. Time to leave. You can come back later. Maybe. Now I'm a basement custodian. Yay? Tell the postal rat about your basement findings. Gives you something new to chat about. Troubled but not surprised. They say that's been there since before we came, before there were Londoners in the Neath, before there was a dead letter office. There was something else. There was someone else, and they built the last layer on top of what was there before, and so on. When you press him a little further, he says, I've been down there, didn't like it much, but I wanted to test my machine. Thought if it could handle some of the very old dead letters, that would be a good sign, you know. Evidence the machine was in working order, good strong sorting categories and so forth. He pauses. There's a letter down there that set your hair on fire if you so much as look at them. See the bald patch on my left leg? That wasn't a machine accident. Oh no. That singed right off as soon as I put my nose into one of them letters. Interesting. Familiar with the flaming letters. Ooh. Again, tale of terror and extraordinary implication. Interesting. I can't do anything anymore. Descend to the basement with mirrors. Arrange contraptions, divert light, illuminate what was been dark a long time. Okay, this is hard. Or I could descend to the basement with flame, properly equipped candles for the way and a flare for the bottom. I need foxfire candles and flare. We'll do this next time. So for now, we'll end our shift. Return to the docks, you are finished here for now. Seems like we've did quite a bit on Nuncio. Perhaps we shall leave now.